After reviewing my data for all of 2023, I came to a strong conclusion. The M1 timeframe is holding me back from becoming a better trader. Fast forward to now, 1 month into the year, I can promise you that this is one of the biggest and best things I did for my trading was eliminating this time frame. Throughout this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about all the reasons why I moved on from the M1 time frame, plus all of the benefits from the new time frame I use when I look for entries. So without further ado, let's jump into the first point. So I used to use the M1 time frame literally all the time. I think for the last 3 years, I was M1 entries. There was a point I was on the second time frame, guys. It was crazy. I've talked about this in an older video, but the M1 time frame was a big part of my trading. And there were times where I was solely on the M1. And then there were times like recently, the last year or two, where I used the M1 time frame for confirmation entries. And the main purpose of this was trying to milk the most risk to reward that I could possibly get from a certain trade, right? You guys know with confirmation entries, you can enter with a small stop loss because you're using the M1 time frame for that entry. But as a result, my win rate wasn't the highest. And it was something I was okay with when I was trading a personal account and going for these funded challenges. I didn't really want to have a lower win rate because I was realizing that my psychology wasn't the greatest when I had a lower win rate. So last year I finished with a 55% win rate. I'm happy with that because all of my trades are over 1 to 3s. The main goal for this year is to lose less. And by removing the M1 timeframe, I know I'm going to do just that. The higher capital I traded, like I said, the more I wanted things to change. It was very easy for me because I realized with the higher capital that those 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s on a large account are amazing. They're life-changing. It's a much better life than when I was losing 5 trades in a row to catch a 1 to 6, 1 to 7. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I was successful on that time frame. I had a lot of success with the M1 time frame. I passed many funded challenges. I got many payouts using this time frame, and trading was the best it's been for me. But I knew there was more. Hey everyone, I just wanted to update you with some amazing news. I have exclusively partnered with Funded Engineer. I'm super happy. Matt Gray, ARM Trading Collab with Funded Engineer, one of my favorite prop firms. You guys have heard me talk about them in a previous video. I'm super grateful for this opportunity. And anyway, I have my own code here that's going to give you 30% off, 125% refund. Not only that, but my ARM trading mentorship will be getting exclusive giveaways and promotions as well. For those ARM trading students, get hyped. And if you do want to join the community, now you have an even better incentive to do so. Everything that I've listed before, you guys can go check it out on the website. Let's get back to the video. If you're interested, click the link in the description and use code MAC for 30% off. What I realized after going through all of my data from last year is there was a common theme with my losses. I would get swept. So I would have the high time frame direction correct. So I'd be entering on the high time frame. I use top down every single day. So I use high time frame areas to enter. But when I was using this M1 time frame, a lot of the time I would get swept. I would get taken out early just for the trade to go in my direction. And that has got to be one of the most annoying things that I experienced last year, especially going through these funded challenges and trading these funded accounts. Taking a loss that ended up being a win just because you were in a couple pips early is super frustrating. And it started to annoy me as the year went on. And I knew there was more. I knew there was a change that I needed to make in order to get to that next level in my trading. So in December, I went over everything. I went over all my wins. I went over all my losses, and I was looking for a common theme. With the losses, like I said, I noticed I was getting out early. Very rarely was I completely wrong. That just goes from the years of market experience I have now and how obsessed I am. I'm on here every single day, learning, growing, back testing, forward testing, all that stuff. I am obsessed with trading. It's my favorite thing to do in the world. And studying the data that I collect from my trading is another hobby of mine because in order to get better, you have to know where you went wrong. And by collecting your data and going over your data, that's where we're able to make these conclusions, right? If I just went into this year without studying my losses from last year, then I'm asking to have a similar year. I'm trying to become 1% better every single day. I'm trying to get better year after year after year. And the only way to get better is to go over previous data. Go over last year. See what you did right. See what you went wrong. See what you have to keep the same and see what you have to change. It's simple. And it's something that very few of us do, but the successful people that I know, they all do this. And it's a very common theme amongst successful traders. So you're probably asking, okay, Mac, what has changed? So what I've done now is I've implemented the M5 timeframe to be my entry timeframe. Now, I was using this before, but I wasn't using it as mechanical as I am now. So I would have the M5, the M3, the M2, and the M1, and I would siphon between these time frames and then ultimately end up entering on the M1 because that's what I was most comfortable with. Now with the M5 time frame, I'm not falling for any of those trap moves, and it's made my trading way more mechanical. So now I only have one entry time frame. I know exactly what I'm looking for when I get into my point of interest. Then I'm just sitting on my M5 waiting for all the criteria to be met. There isn't siphoning between this. It's way more systematic, and that's something that I really wanted to add to my trading style for this year. Something that I also realized looking at my data is an M5 break of structure is more valid than an M1 break of structure, which makes sense. The higher the time frame, the higher the probability is, in my opinion. This goes for point of interest selection. This goes for entry time frames. When I was using these M1 breaks of structure, I was getting taken out early, like I said. And when I would sit on the M5, I would notice that say there was an M1 break of structure, price would come back and take me out. But if I was looking on the M5 time frame, that candle just made a wick. It made a rejection to the downside or the upside, depending on what bias I had. You guys understand what I'm saying. So by simply sitting on this M5 time frame, I'm now not seeing any of the lower time frame noise. And some of you may say the M5 time frame is a low time frame to enter on. It is, but to me, it's 5 times higher than the time frame I was using. To me, it's brought all the noise to a very minimal state that I can manage. And another thing is it's allowed me to be more patient. So if you guys know my entry criteria video that I've posted, I talked about how I like to see an imbalance with my entries. So now with the M5 time frame, I'm simply waiting for that to happen. I found that you need more patience for sure, because think about it. When you're looking on the M1 time frame, everything's very quick. Everything's very hectic, right? But when you're using this M5 time frame, it can be slow sometimes, but you're waiting for your entry to show. You're waiting for all the criteria to show. And when the criteria shows, the boxes are checked, then I look to enter my trade. And like I said, mechanical, systematic, it's made trading a lot better for me. If you are someone who's struggling with the M1 timeframe, I highly suggest getting rid of it. You know, many people that I talk to, and just from my own data alone, realized that when you eliminate the M1 timeframe, your win rate is going to go up because, like I said, you're not falling for those small little moves, right? You're not getting on the wrong side of the market because you had an M1 break of structure. It's a trap. And when I first found out about SMC, Smart Money Concepts, a lot of that was based on the M1. A lot of it was based on, you know, getting those 1 to 10 risk rewards, 1 to 20 risk rewards. The people you see on Instagram that are doing 1 to 400s apparently. But what I've realized, the more seasoned I've become in the trading game, is less is more. And what I mean by less is more is a lower risk reward has ultimately increased my win rate. I found a sweet spot that by using this M5 timeframe, my risk to rewards have gone from, 1 to 10s, 1 to 5s, 1 to 6s to like 1 to 3s. And that has helped me immensely, not only mentally, but in my results. I am now taking higher probable setups because I'm not falling for that lower time frame noise. And as a result, my trading has gotten better. And I am super grateful. In my community, I have also talked about how I will not be using the M1 timeframe anymore. There's people in my community that do very well with it. And again, there's other people like myself who just want to break from it. I've been using it for 3 years, and this is the most calm I think I've felt as a trader heading into 2024. I finished the year. I took all December off, if you guys remember. And all I did was go over my previous data and I back tested. And the results that I had with this M5 were phenomenal. So if you're worried about missing setups because you're trying to catch the top or bottom of the move with the M1, I'm telling you, wait for the M5, wait for the exact entry that you look for on your M1 to happen on your M5 timeframe. If you bump up your timeframes for entries, I promise you're going to find more consistency because you are going to be more patient. You're not going to be falling for all that lower timeframe nonsense. Since I've made this adjustment in January, I'm coming off 4%. I've shown all the trades I've taken live on YouTube, so you guys can go look at those YouTube videos that I've posted, as well as in my community. This whole year, I'm filming every single trade I take live for my community. Win, loss, break even, doesn't matter, because I want to show my growth as the year goes on, and it just holds me more accountable. And it's great for learning as well. People get to see my pre-analysis. People get to see how I measure myself during the trade, the risk, real time, all that stuff. So I think it's a great addition to not only the channel, but to my RM trading community. So yeah, it's been a great start to the year. 4% so far across many funded accounts. I'm doing 7 figures in funding right now, so I can't wait until I pass all of them. You guys are gonna hear about that when I do. And this is gonna be a great year. I wanna hit 2 million in funding this year. That's my goal. and you guys are going to see it all because I'll have every trade recorded live and I'll be able to put together some sweet videos for you all. So all in all, removing the M1 timeframe has changed my trading for the better. It's just about knowing that you can do something better. So I was content with the M1 and I could have continued to trade this way and had a very successful year again. But I knew there was something I could do to make trading easier for me, more calm, more collected, and more systematic. And throughout removing the M1 and adding the M5, I've done just that. And like I said, 4% month to start the year, very patient. I think I took 1 loss, 2 wins, and 1 break even, and 2 missed trades that just missed me, but very selective. And I'm hoping that this year is going to be very, very bright because I just have a strong feeling it's going to. And I'm going to do everything I can every single day to become the best I can. And I'm going to try and create the best videos for you all that I can as well. So all in all, remove that M1 time frame. I promise you, you are going to thank me. And I can't wait for you to come back to a future video of mine and tell me in the comments how much this changed your life, because I have a strong feeling it will. What do I say at the end of every single video, guys? Let's be 1% better every single day. I appreciate you all. I hope you had an amazing trading week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.